Hey y'all, hey, I'm back. This week has been feeling real good, okay. I made a video a little bit ago talking about how hard healing is. And this week, I'm still in counseling and I'm gonna be there until I don't know when, okay? I'm gonna just do the thing until I just don't go. Okay. So I was talking to her this week, and my counselor my therapist be talking to me just real plain, like how your week going, your highs and lows, just plain. But the last couple of weeks I've been having some powerful breakthroughs on some things. It had me smiling from ear to ear, okay? Because who would have thunk it? Who would have thought that I could be in this space? And I know people that have known me from years and be like, oh, she always smiling, she's always been in good spirit. But to begin to get to a place where you don't second guess yourself is something else, okay? To get to a place where you're putting your best foot forward and not questioning yourself or second guessing, could you have done better, is a good place. It feels real good. I literally patted myself on the back this week at counseling. From things I just didn't know. I've known that there was definitely some things I wanted to shift in my life that I had to work on. I'm like, it's not going to be an easy thing, from learned behaviors to survival mode to coping mechanisms. I'm like, it's not going to be easy, but you're going to have to shake these things off of you to have what you want, because there's a process, right? You start going through it and being like, this can't be it for me. I feel like I'm supposed to have love and joy and peace and something different. And then you get into, okay, I gotta shake some of these toxic relationships I have, whether it's friendship, family, love, whatever it is. You like, okay, these ain't really going how I want them to go, so you start shaking those things. And then when you shake them, you realize that you gotta set boundaries. You gotta set boundaries for things to be different. When you start setting boundaries, you realize, like, okay, I might be part of why these relationships is this way. I might have a lot to do with accepting things in my toxic traits that I have. You gotta start self-evaluating, like, what did I do to bring this about as well? And then you start working on those things. You start trying to fix those things and healing things up and thinking, like, why do I do these things? You start working on that part, and then you get to a part of, well, what do I got to do to have the opposite? You start working on being a better person, and then you start sitting back and reflecting on, man, I have to be what I'm asking for out of people. Am I capable of that? And what do I got to do to get there? I'm in that place right now. Okay. I'm in that place right now. What do I have to do to be my best version? And I've been really sitting with God on that. Like, what do I have to be? What do I have to do? What changes do I have to make? And just sitting back, okay? Just sitting back and reflecting in that place. I was so filled with gratitude that I made it to that point. Made it to the point of I get to decide and choose what my life looks like. I get to decide, like, my choices, the way I change and grow is going to set the foundation for everything that comes from me. And I will tell you, sometimes it's hard, okay? Because sometimes it's hard because the old you never disappears, okay? There was a reason for it, and whatever it came from, it was cultivated, okay? So it never disappears, it never just goes into la la land. It's just always in the back, just ready to jump out in case anything pop off. And you gotta work through those things. Like, no, I'm maturing. I am more confident in the decisions I'm making, and it's okay. You gotta just soothe her. Say, baby, it's okay. I don't need to fight. I don't need to argue. I don't need to flip the table, okay? I don't need to do any of those things. We all right. Let's process through why we feeling like that and move along, okay? So it's not an easy thing, but guess what? It's possible, okay? I can tell you firsthand it is possible. And I was sitting in counseling, and she just tells me, like, she don't be my husband was talking about a therapist, okay? She don't be going hard like you be seeing on the people on TV and the movies and such. She just be kind of like, when I get to a point and I'm thinking on something, she like, just sit with it, see where that take you. And when I'm going through those processes this week, I was just like, my biggest struggle was I was really waiting for the person, the person that would show up in my life to help me, to rescue me, to save me from myself. Honestly, that's what it was. Because even the things that I had went through, like, you seek apologies, you wait for people to do right by you, you want people to say that they were wrong. And there was a point where I realized I didn't need any of that. I had to be okay with telling myself, you wasn't done right. That was wrong. And you do deserve better than that. It wasn't until I got to the point where I could tell myself, like, you have to have a standard on how you're going to be treated and how you treat people. This week, just thinking on those things, I'm like, it was me. God had given me everything I needed to save myself, to heal what was broken. God had put it all in me, but it was steps of choosing differently, having a new perspective, having a new mindset, having a new heart posture. Choosing to be different. That unlocked each of those doors, okay? Just unlocked each of those doors to growth. And I'm so grateful to God for being patient with me. And as I'm like straying off track, like, you know, you get on track, and there will be moments where I was going strong, like, okay, girl, you got to work on these things, you got to heal these things, and then I'm like, I'm tired. I just want to feel good already. I just want to get some instant gratification, and I did those things, and sometimes walked into some other things that I needed to heal because my choices got me hurt again. Okay, so you get back on track, like, okay, yeah. I gotta figure this thing out. I have to figure this thing out. You know, you're telling yourself you have to figure it out, but then you constantly stop it, and you looking for friends to help, looking for relationships to help, looking for physical pleasure to help. Okay, we just gonna be honest and plain, and you get off track. But I just kept going. Like, I kept going. And I am at the point now where I can say with absolute certainty, it is going to be different. It's going to be different. I broke things off of my lineage. I healed traumas that my children will not have to experience. I'm doing it. And I really... And if you are doing it, I want to... That's me patting you on your back, okay? Congratulations. Because it's not easy. And it's... When you get there, you feel such a overflow of joy. And I was like reflecting on it, and realizing, like, even if I seen 3 generations of trauma, right? Even if I seen my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my mother, my grandmothers, my father, my great-grandmother. Even if I seen 3 generations of trauma and pain, it doesn't mean that that's all I've come from. These ladybugs, man. It doesn't mean that that's all I come from. There is something in me calling for greater daily. There's something in me that says that there's going to be an overflow of love in my family, and joy and peace and emotional and physical and intellectual maturity. Like, we will be intelligent in all those forms financially. Like, there's not going to be a lack that we have. Because I don't come from lack. I might have seen it. That might have been what society is telling me that I'm supposed to stay in. That might have been paycheck to paycheck that I watched my parents live in. That's not my portion. That's not my portion. And I'm going to sit and listen closely to God on what to do next. for it not to be my portion, for it not to be my children's portion, for it not to be their children's portion. I'm talking about generations are going to reap the benefits of what is happening right now, and I could not be more proud. God is proud of us. God is proud of us for keep on pushing. We could have gave up. We could have said it's hard and that because nobody else did it, it's not possible. The impossible is possible with God. I'm just in awe. I'm just in awe. I'm just in awe. I'm still chilling. Okay, they gonna be here for the whole thing. I am just in awe of standing in the day that I thought I would never see. If you would have talked to me 5 years ago, even though I was trying to do better, I couldn't believe today would be real. I couldn't believe it. And now I'm living it. I'm living in the day that I've healed things to the point where I'm walking towards a different future. I'm walking my children into a different future. And I don't doubt myself on that. I have believed God so strongly that I am here. Couldn't have did it without you, God. And here we are, okay? We are in a place where God like, okay. okay, now I can talk to you about what's possible. You have finally reached a point that you can hear me on what I'm saying you're capable of. This would have been my imagination on what God was going to get the glory for in my life. Just me cleaning up from the inside out. Ta-da! Like, yeah. Ain't like, girl, you just getting started. This is the foundation. Like, this is the foundation being set. Like, we're just getting started. So intentional. Never failing. All things are working for my good. He's intentional. Never failing. God knows what I deserve. God knows what you deserve. I love y'all.